and welcome to my music studio production video. Today, I would like to discuss with you sound mixing and what I do here in my studio and what's possible technically. But first, let's start with a bit on production. If you're a singer, I can help you to make a professional quality CD recording of your voice here in my studio, which you can then later use to send to other musicians, to groups, to record companies, to producers, or to anyone you'd like to give an example of your singing talent. Sometimes I've been called on to make private recordings for people who wish to give a present or sample or friendship song to either a friend or a loved one or family member as a present. In this case, or in both cases, I use karaoke playbacks of the song which you wish to record. And in the event that the song which you'd like to sing on is not available in karaoke form, I can do a full-blown, complete arrangement of practically any song that's out there, and also a new arrangement of any song that's out there for you to record your voice on. But please remember to not forget to obtain the necessary copyright permissions beforehand. In being a songwriter, arranger, and lyricist myself, I can help you to produce your song and musical ideas right here in my studio. And even if you only have a melody line or text, we can work together to make a full-blown arrangement of your song or musical ideas. And if you're a musician already with a full-blown arrangement and song, but no studio to record it in, or no technical mixing experience, I can act as your engineer, with you directing me on the mix to get the song sounding exactly the way that you want it to sound. Perhaps some of you out there watching have never seen a studio production in progress, or for that matter, have never maybe even been in a recording studio before. So I thought I might take a moment out to explain a little bit about what's going on in a recording studio and a little bit about studio technique. Since perhaps maybe the 50s or 1960s, 1970s, recording studio control rooms, where all the equipment was, were really rooms packed with tape recorders the size of your today's washing machine, or mixing consoles the size of the biggest desk you can imagine in your life, and racks of audio outboard equipment which was used to change the quality of sound and add effects to recordings. This worked really well and still works today really well. But with the advancement of digital electronics and computers, recording studios have been reduced into the size of this studio here, with magnificent, fantastic software music programs that equal or exceed the flexibility and possibilities that were earlier in the control room of the 1970s, let's say. If you really want to start talking about small, we can go to the laptop computer here, which makes it possible for one to do a complete recording process, a complete production on a computer this size, which you would hear on the radio today, just coming from a laptop computer this size. So things have really changed tremendously. Since the 1970s, I have actively worked in recording studios, learning sound mixing, and I have also worked actively doing live recording in concert halls and clubs, both in America and here in Europe, for professional artists. Doing these two processes of recording, both in the recording studio and in the live club or concert hall situation, has helped me to learn how to mix songs and to make things sound balanced and good. A recording can really make or break a song. The actual song can musically be fantastic, But if the recording is not in order and things are not really mixed well, the actual quality or idea does not come across and can even be destroyed. I've also worked in the capacity of technician in recording studios, commercial recording studios in New York, and also private studios. So I think my experience has brought me to the point that if you bring your song to me, we can really get something happening here to make it sound great. And that's the main point, to make it sound great. I would now like to show you my music production studio and some songs which I've written, arranged, and produced myself, along with work with others.
You know I feel you now, all over my body and soul.
This was a song which I wrote back in 2005. In putting together a song, it's important that all the instruments fit well together and are balanced and mix well, especially when it comes to the vocals. Things like levels, effects, and EQ, meaning bass and treble, all play a significant role in determining how a song will sound. And especially if you write electronic music, which means using perfectly pre-recorded instrument samples, it's important that you have enough experience to make the music sound naturally flowing and not at all computerized. Now that, in and of itself, is a talent. What to do and when, not to mention the actual final mixing of the completed tracks. So, in this song, each instrument has its own individual track, okay? On the left side here of the screen, I have my main vocal, background vocals, and all the vocals here. And then over here I have the instruments, and here I have the drums across here, and then over here I have the final buses where everything comes in, and then the output. And if we want to hear the vocals alone, I can switch that on like this. There's all the vocals there coming to this point here, and I have full control over any mixing or effects that I put on the vocals to make each track work out good. Let's hear that for a second.
I got to have your love, all things do, where I need it for me.
So that's basically how that works. And similarly, I can jump over to the drums and we can listen to the drums alone, like so. And now we can hear all the drum tracks, like here's the first bass drum, second bass drum, snare drum, hi-hat, crash cymbal, and so on and so ending. And then up here we have also the effects for the drums. Once again, similarly, I can isolate the instruments like the piano here and the organ, the electric piano, and really have control over the entire mix and everything that's going on. So let's play the whole song together. Now, this song I also automated, which means that when I was doing the actual mixing, I took care of all the tracks and had them adjusted exactly the way I need them to be adjusted. And if I scroll up here, we can see how the levels are changing as the song goes on. This is the speaking track now that you're hearing, this track here.
It's really the kind of thing I've always...
And those are all, for example, the volume changes that take place, and I can change the effect levels and everything, so the whole mix is automated so that the track really will sound great and totally perfect. And then here at the end I have my output, and that then you can directly burn to a CD, so it's really possible to do almost anything in this case. And in the event you want to hear this song in its entirety in good quality, please go then to my production section of my webpage, and you can hear this song and some other songs there as well.
Considering the weather outside is so nice, I thought I might end my music production video outside. And I'd like to invite you to my studio, and please bring your ideas and your songs with you, and we can work something out and maybe develop something really great. So I hope to be hearing from you soon, and take care and enjoy the great weather. Ciao!